This tutorial is a very quick demonstration of how to find the vertex of a quadratic function in standard form. Now, vertex form of a quadratic function could look like that, the x plus 2 squared plus 3, and that's going to be the same as x squared plus 4x plus 7 in standard form. Now, the vertex in vertex form is very simple. That plus 2 becomes a negative 2, and you bring down the 3. Your vertex is negative 2, 3. That's why we call it vertex form. It shows you the vertex very easily. Well, these two are exactly the same. If you square that x plus 2 and then FOIL that out, distribute out the x, distribute the 2, you're going to get that, and you combine your like terms. 2x and 2x gives you the 4x. The 4 plus the 3 is going to give you 7. Those are the exact equivalent, the same functions. They are equivalent to each other. But if they just gave you that in standard form, x squared plus 4x plus 7, here's how you find the vertex. You remember that a is going to be the number that goes with the x squared, b is the number that goes with the x, and c is going to be the number all by itself. And here's the magical thing that will help you. Negative b over 2a is going to give you the x coordinate, and then you plug in x to get y. Okay? So, for example, negative b is going to be negative 4 over 2 times a is going to be 2 times 1. So it's going to be negative 4 over 2 times 1 is going to be negative 2. So how do I plug in x? Well, y is going to be whatever x is squared plus 4 times x. So you plug in that negative 2. Negative 2 squared is going to give you 4. 4 times the negative 2 is going to give you a negative 8. So I have 4 minus 8 plus 7. So my y coordinate is going to be negative 4 plus 7, which is 3. And you plug that in right there. That's really the whole tutorial. The whole lesson is right there. Negative b over 2a, and then plug it in. Let's try another one. We got 1 for our a, negative 6 for our b, and 13 for the c. Negative b over 2a. I'm going to have negative. That's going to be a negative 6 for b, and then 2 times a. Remember, a is going to be 1 because there's no number there next to the x. It's a 1. So it's going to be negative 3, but I changed the sign. Remember, it's negative b over 2a, so it's a positive 3. Well, I now need to plug in x to get y. Well, it's going to be 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 13. I'm going to give you 9 minus 18 plus 13. 9 minus 18 is negative 9. Add the 13. Got 4. Just plug it in right there. That's how you do it. Negative b over 2a, then plug it in to get y. Okay, let's do just one more example. Again, I'm going to have x squared. A is going to be 1, b is going to be 10, and c is going to be 25. So I've got negative 10 over 2 times 1. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, so I have negative 5. Now I need to plug in a negative 5 for x to get my y. I've got to plug that in. So y is going to be the negative 5 squared plus 10 times the negative 5 plus 25. Remember your order of operations, squared first, then multiply. The last thing you're going to do is then subtract and then add from left to right. So 25 minus the 50 is negative 25 plus 25 is 0. So negative 5, 0 is going to be the vertex of that parabola when you graph it. So you're supposed to use completing the square to find vertex form, but it's quicker and easier just to do negative b over 2a.